We've noticed that whenever James Ellison does well at the BSB, he always pulls this awesome rolling stoppie. It looks cool, it takes a load of skill, and it's definitely something that I want to learn. So we've come to a windy Dunsfold Park, home of Top Gear, to have a go on Stunt Asylum's new stunt machine. So basically, it's a bike with a massive cage around it that lets you stoppie safely. We're going to go have a crack on it, and hopefully I'll get some wheelie practice in as well. I've always wanted to learn stoppie, but I've been a massive wuss trying it on my own bike. How's this cage fit to this Yamaha going to help me from crashing?
In many different ways. We spent a lot of time getting it together and lots of testing, and we've come up with this amazing contraption. Front wheels down there, they'll stop you flipping. They're the fail-safe there, stop the bike coming all the way over. We've got the corner wheels here, they'll stop washing out, so if you lock the front up too much, it will save you if you don't let go of the brake quick enough. And then on the back here, we've got those two rails. They'll stop you going too far left and right. Again, if you don't let go of the brake, that'll still save you. And then we can regulate the height that the back end goes as you improve, basically, to give you more room to play with.
Okay, so I almost can't get injured.
Pretty much. Well, there's a few things. The short version is going to get your body position ready. Get yourself tucked in, get your fingers on the clutch, because we're going to pull those in just before we go for the landing. Just ticking along, get to the cone, wind the throttle on, accelerate up to the next cone, while getting your two fingers over the brake. When you get to the cone, you're going to roll off, squeeze the brake, and pop up. Okay. And when the back kind of wheels come up, am I locking my arms out, or am I just kind of locking my knees into the tank? Keep your arms straight.
Yeah.
It's important to keep your legs squeezed in.
Yeah.
You want to try and hold as much of your weight up as you can with your legs.
Okay.
So that you're not leaning on your arms.
Okay.
And as you pop, you're sort of going forwards and up.
Okay. Well, he just says I can't get hurt, but he's also just made me sign an indemnity form saying I can't sue him if I get injured, so...
You've got a nice smooth transition between coming off the throttle from accelerating and onto the brake, so that's exactly what we want. So now we're going to introduce the pop. So exactly as we practiced over there, it's going to be off the throttle, squeeze the brake, then pop.
Okay.
All sort of one after, nicely after the other. Ideally, it takes about 3 meters.
And that's the difference between the wheel coming up and not coming up?
Pretty much. That was too much aggression, just like rah! So he still needs to, he can be aggressive as long as he's smooth. There you go, that's good.
It's only on the lowest setting, but it feels really high already. It's a bit like wheelies when you first do it and you're only this high off the ground, but it feels like you're about to loop it.
Nice and high, you hit that bar already, good work. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to start thinking about now is locking out the arms. You're kind of coming up, you've got your head up, which is good. You're coming up to a nice height, but you'll probably find it easier if you just straighten your arms out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's easier to be stable that way.
Okay. So Bike World came here 3 years ago. I think you taught Susie how to wheelie?
We certainly did, yeah, she did really well. Picked it up nicely.
Okay, so have I got anything to worry about today?
Well, you know, she set the boundaries, so you've got to do well still. It's only lunchtime now, so.
So it was Learn to Wheelie then, it's now Stunt Asylum. How's the business kind of developed since then?
It's good, it's been picking up, yeah, like you say, we started off Learn to Wheelie, and then after a couple of years, we decided to get into the stoppies and had to change the name. So about a year ago, we changed it to Stunt Asylum. And then, because the stoppie bike was moments away from being finished, but then it took another year of testing and fixing and redoing until it's got to this stage where it is now working up really nice and safe, does the job very well.
So how long did it take in total to build that big rig around the bike?
About a year and a half from when we started thinking about it, designing a few ideas, and to where we are now.
So how have I been doing this morning, and what should I try and focus on in the afternoon?
After lunch, what we're going to try and do is try and build up a bit more speed so you can roll them a bit further, and if you can get that, then hopefully we can get a bit more height out of it as well.
And I think you're going to be showing us some stunts later on to see what we can maybe get to if we practice along.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll show you a couple of tricks with maybe a couple more hours training, and then you'll be there as well.
Nice one.
Gage saved me on that one. That's really addictive. Like, I keep wanting to just go round and round and tell the cameraman and Nick to just go home, and I'll just stay here with the bike for a bit.
Today you've managed to roll half your run up, which is pretty good.
Does that mean that it's time for wheelies now?
Well, yeah, while you're here, might as well.
It'd be rude not to, I think. So Nick's going to show me a few demos of how to wheelie a quad. I've probably ridden quads about 3 times in my life, and I've injured myself every single time. So stay off 4 wheels, go on 2. Answer to everything. Right, so I've survived your Stoppie machine. Now we're going to do some wheelies. What do I need to know?
Well, there's a few different things, but what's your experience as far as wheelie goes so far?
I'm kind of like self-taught. I can clutch wheelie, go through the gears a bit, but I can't get to balance point.
I'll count you in. Okay, so we're chugging along, up to the first cone, bum at the back of the seat,
yeah.
Coming up to the first cone, and throttle. 1, 2, clutch. Okay, cool. So, lots of good wheelies, nice and smooth launch, carrying it, nice soft landing, perfect. You just get into the height of the wands again. So what we're going to do is have a quick chat about back brake, how to use it basically, and then we'll get you doing a few wheelies where you initiate the landing with the back brake, just to go through the motion to make sure you can use the back brake. And then we'll raise the wands again, and we get you to try and regulate the height a little bit by gently dragging the back brake. So it'll be a bit of throttle, bit of brake, bit of throttle, bit of brake.
I've had a mega day here with Nick and Adam. I've learned to Stoppie, I've practiced my wheelies, and I've definitely caught the stunting bug. Now you can do this at various locations across the UK. It's about £200 for the Stoppie school, about £200 for the wheelie school. But you can find out all the information on stuntasylum.com. Now Susie, you better watch out, because that is next.